Hey guys.
Hey guys.
We're the Dorkeries.
We're the Dorkeries.
I just realized something.
What?
I've got a Lego in my hand. I did not do that on purpose.
No, this life. I was honestly just juggling these guys. This is our life. But, though we will be in Lego today.
Don't forget the pieces on the floor.
Today's vlog is our countdown to Comic-Con. Let's talk about it, Drew. I'm gonna get that Lego, it's okay.
Oh, well, this is a big week. Why is it countdown to Comic-Con? Because this week, the schedule releases. We're gonna know where we're gonna be in 2 weeks this week. Well, where we think we're gonna be. I love the fact that the panel always comes out. We're like, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there.
We have like 5 panels at one time sometimes, and it doesn't. It's okay. There's like a few panels we know, like definitely not missing that one. And then the rest we kind of figure out as we kind of just go with the flow. But anyways, we leave 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yes.
We are on a plane. So we have 2 full weeks right now to prep, to plan, to finish loading Bricklink, to finish setting up our eBay store, and to just start breaking out all the supplies and making all the plans.
Huge announcements today because the studios and they do not like for Comic-Con to just like be the one that says, here's the schedule with the panels on there. They like to do a big hoopla of, we're bringing Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder. Oh, by the way, I'm trying not to go on too many bunny trails, but I was like, if they're bringing Beetlejuice, Jenna Ortega is in Ireland filming Wednesday 2, season 2.
That would be fun.
Are they gonna bring her down from Ireland?
Never know what they're
That's
gonna
so
do.
far away.
Okay.
But it's okay. If it's just Michael Keaton, I'm okay.
So I'm also laughing.
I digress.
No, the whole Comic-Con is digression. It's not digression, but it's literally Comic-Con is like squirrel. It's like that the whole time.
The portal opens this week, which we will not submit our tokens for the portal this week. And what's the portal, you ask? The portal is basically like the lottery for like signings and Funko and Mattel, like all the big exclusives, stuff like that. And the reason that we don't do it right away is because they change things and you don't have to do it until, I think it's like the 18th.
Yeah, it's not like first person to submit gets what they want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
I am laughing, however, though, today at the difference in our dynamic, in our marriage, and I love it. It really does bring me joy a lot, but I do love how you're like, all right, we're gonna find out what the panel schedule is. Today, you send a text to the whole family, you're like, guys, brace yourself. Panel schedules are coming out, and I'm like, guys, bring me all your dirty laundry. We've gotta get our clothing together. I'm like, guys, bring me the suitcases. I need poster tubes, I need fans, I need the air mattress. I'm like, it's just, and that's why we work.
And that's when you say all that, I've got to get battery packs because you never
we got to charge our battery packs. Yeah. So we have this
charge of the battery
huge, and maybe this is something we can talk about during our countdown because we're just going to be doing this every day.
Yeah.
You know, some videos may be longer, some may be like, here's the news we heard today, here's what we're excited about, and maybe like a 10-minute video.
We may be at Epcot. You know, we may be at Epcot eating a snack.
Because we actually started a vlog last week. We never posted, and I can actually just kind of like, maybe I can just bridge that in right here, but where we vlogged the day that Marvel teased they were coming, and then later in the day confirmed they were coming.
Yep.
And we just never finished the
Marvel
vlog.
Studios.
Correct. We never finished the vlog, so we kind of just, but maybe like instead of talking about that, I'll just bridge in that conversation.
And we said that we're going to Fun Days, which by the way, what's that got to do with also Marvel Studios? The fact that you're supposed to be lining up for Marvel Studios when Fun Days is going on.
Okay, let's give a little bit of pause for that video from last week.
What a morning we've had so far.
Yeah? What would you like to say about this morning?
Well,
what time is it?
It's just 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And we came down here working on Bricklink, and then a rumor came. Well, not a rumor, a hint. See, a rumor is like I heard. A hint is something we were given this morning.
I think it was a tease.
A tease. So Kevin Feige, actually, this is a good point too. I haven't even told you about this. Marvel started their first podcast. Like, they've never had their own podcast before. So their first guest was Kevin Feige. And Kevin Feige was on there, and of course they're going to ask him questions about Comic-Con because we're in the 20th day away to Comic-Con. Did you know So we're
Can
like,
you show me that on a calendar?
Yeah, we're like less than 30 days to Comic-Con. So anyways,
I don't think so.
Yeah, we are.
Can you show me the calendar?
Yeah, he was
give me your phone.
He was asked.
I gotta process.
He was asked, is he going to be there? Or no, he was asked about Fantastic Four filming. Because there was, I think it was Joseph Quinn, who's playing the Torch, the Human Torch. He's like, we're going to start filming at the end of July. So everybody's like, oh, great. That's, immediately you get the negative Nancy's. They're like, that means they won't be at Comic-Con because they'll be all out. So Feige, who, we talked about this morning, he loves San Diego Comic-Con. Like, he truly is loyal to that convention. Like, he knows that, like, as he and Marvel Studios goes, like it or not, that's how Comic-Con goes.
Okay, I want to take a break, though. When you make statements like that, my brain immediately starts processing. How do you know that? How do you know that Kevin Feige is loyal to Comic-Con and loves Comic-Con?
Because in D23 years, when everybody says you shouldn't be there, or people are like, oh, they won't be there because it's a D23 year, Feige always shows up.
So let's just say, in the past, we have been at D23 and at Comic-Con on
Same years.
And so we've seen a Kevin Feige presentation at D23. We've seen a Kevin Feige presentation at Comic-Con. And I'm just going to tell you,
night and day.
It's phenomenally different. Now, D23 is fun. It's cool. It's cool that you get to see all of the stars, all the Marvel heroes
Star
in person.
Wars,
We got to see all of the Avengers standing in a line from the second row of the crowd. Yeah. But the presentation that Kevin Feige does for Comic-Con is always, this is how I would answer that question. How do you know that he's loyal to Comic-Con? Because of the effort that he and his team, I know he doesn't do everything himself, but that he and his team put into their appearances at Comic-Con. And I'll go a step further, the swag that they give.
Oh, yeah.
Not at D23.
No.
D23 is not the place to go for freebies.
No.
D23 is they're selling Disney. You're at D23.
Disney doesn't give away stuff.
You're at Disney.
Looking at you, Genie Plus.
You're at D23 because you like Disney.
Yeah.
They're not then trying to sell you on Disney by giving you free Disney.
Well, they're also not competing against other studios.
That's my point. You're there because you want to spend money on Disney. So there's not free stuff. The effort, the swag that Kevin Feige brings to Comic-Con. That's how I would say he loves Comic-Con.
Well, and he's a competitor. He wants to compete. And he knows at D23, I'm not competing. That's why they give that man 15, 20 minutes and he's done. True. At Comic-Con, he wants to win Comic-Con.
He does.
He is a competitor. So he's
evidenced
coming
by
in,
what he has done in the past.
He's coming in guns a-blazing because he says, oh, we're not going to start Fantastic Four filming until the day after Comic-Con. He's like,
so
when
he
Comic-Con's
doesn't say
over.
He's going to Comic-Con. But you're telling me that Kevin Feige just has in the back of his mind what the dates of Comic-Con are if he's not planning to go to Comic-Con? There's no way. He's not just like randomly.
He's bringing the Fantastic Four cast.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
And he's winning Comic-Con by trotting them all out there and saying, this is what we're going in this direction. Marvel's back, baby.
Okay, so can we go ahead? Can we just hope? I'm not going to say assume because one, I will never be an entitled person.
No.
And I don't want to assume. Let's hope we get a new hat out of this.
Okay. A Fantastic Four hat.
What would the next hat? So we have a Black Widow hat, we have a Marvel Studios hat, and we have...
That was Infinity Saga?
Multiverse.
Multiverse.
So what would our new hat look like?
It's Fantastic Four.
You think it's just going to be...
100%.
Well, because we got the Black Widow hat, so you think it's going to be
There's no way it's
a 4? Just a 4, like the Black Widow symbol?
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
There's no way. And the good news is we've run into Kevin Feige at the Hard Rock. And that's where Marvel Studios stays. And we just so happen to be seeing at the Hard Rock again.
So that's pretty exciting.
So We could be. So what it's done is, it's just that thing in the morning. It's kind of like
you wake up in the morning, you don't know what the day is going to hold.
You're going through the motions, but all of a sudden, like, how does that relate to Brooklyn? What that does is, it's like, all right, Comic-Con's coming. Let's get them coffers built up. So we are listing things
sorting
like
Lego today. We are sorting Lego. We have been watching Comic-Con videos on YouTube. We have been scoping out our hotel room.
Yeah.
Already making our grocery list for what our run to Ralph's is going to look like.
We're looking like, I walk down this hall, I turn the corner. We always love to daydream. And there's Pedro Pascal. What do you say?
What do you say? This is fun. This is the weeks leading up to, there's 4 weeks till Comic-Con. So this is what we're doing.
I can't remember, what did I say to Kevin Feige years ago? Like,
while wearing a DC hat.
I was wearing a Flash hat. I can't remember what it was, but it was something funny. I'll think of it.
This just in.
So we talked about this morning that it was just a rumor or a hint, or what did we say it was exactly? Like tease. Like a tease. I think you said a tease.
A tease.
Confirmed. Marvel Studios at Hall H. So
exciting news while we're sorting Lego.
Immediately starts, all right, line groups. How do you balance that with fun days? Which line group do you get into? Because it's going to be a beast. And I actually went back and listened to the podcast that Feige was on, which is a really good. And
posted by, on Instagram, Raya Sunshine, which I always enjoy her content.
And he said, he just goes on and on about Fantastic Four. Like, she's like, what projects are you excited about? Deadpool, Wolverine, Agatha, Captain America, you know, those type of things. And he goes, those are all great. And the studio or corporate answer is, I love them all equally the same. He says, but Fantastic Four. That's like, right now, that dude's in a Fantastic Four world. And I'm loving it. Because
I'm loving it.
Again, we all know he's bringing that cast out. We're getting the hats. End of story. No questions asked.
Well, again, we're not entitled. We just hope. We hope for some hats.
I'm just excited.
We love the hats.
But he also did say too, or Deadline's the one that broke the story about Marvel Studios coming back to Hall H. And then if you go a couple tweets down, they said, and don't be surprised if Ryan Reynolds, even though it opens that week, don't be surprised if Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman make a special appearance. And again, Deadline ain't saying those type of things if they haven't heard something. Because they're just not going to put that out there. Because they're basically putting their reputation on the line as well. Because people will come back and say, well, Deadline, you said that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds was going to be there. Why aren't they?
Are you doing fake people voices? Okay, so that was just, I hate to like rehash things like we've already said. Oh God, don't make that like a part of our thing, because I will totally annoy the mess out of people. Anyways, so many exciting things.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens today. We really don't know a lot of things of what's coming. We've only guessed at it. We have not even talked about like television. So we've been watching television shows. We've been watching Doctor Who. Well, we do know Doctor Who's booth is going to be there. So you assume if Doctor Who booth is going to be there, then see, a news just came in. But
from Fuggler's, Poppy Playtime, and Funko.
But we've also got we watched Tracker. We finished Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, we just watch as much as we can.
Just in case.
And honestly, we started this. So our first Comic-Con was in 2009.
Yeah.
That's how long we've been coming. And we started then not even really knowing, oh, they're putting schedules out. So we started then like, what are all of the dorky shows? We say dorky, you may say nerdy, you may say cultish, you may say geek shows, just anything that we were like could possibly be at Comic-Con. That's when we started like binge watching Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
I got my first Battlestar Galactica t-shirt at the Her Universe booth in 2009. Lost, binge, which we always watch Lost, but we would start just all of our favorite shows. Doctor Who, so we've done that.
Well, we would get caught up so that, because sometimes when you go into a panel and you're like, all right, and you watch Lost and you had not watched the last 3 episodes of the season because you've been waiting, and then they're obviously going to spoil everything, and then they're going to talk about next year. It's just like you didn't want to be in that situation.
So we do that every year. So we've been, right now, like as we're working, we're catching up on shows that might be at Comic-Con. My favorite new edition.
Severance?
Oh, yes, we're going to rewatch Severance. But my favorite new edition of shows I've never seen that I have started watching is Great North.
Oh yeah,
that's my favorite new edition.
Well, the cast. Can you imagine getting that that exclusive signing? Which there's a great possibility there'll be a signing for them. You'd have Nick Offerman, Will Forte, Jenny Slate. They even had J.K. Simmons in the last episode.
I have met Will Forte and got his autograph before at Comic-Con for Last Man on Earth.
Last Man Standing was
Last Man on Earth.
Something else. That was the Tim Allen show.
Last Man on Earth, phenomenal show. I still have the Jenga sets. Ooh, I'm going to get up and go show those. I'm going to go show them because I know where they are.
Are you feeling our energy?
But I want to say this. And then you keep talking while I go get those because they're literally on the other side of the room. I want to do this real quick. Panels you got stuck in for shows you've never seen.
Panels I got stuck in for shows I've never seen.
And I can name right off the bat, I know what I'm thinking. Every year.
But then you started watching?
No, like you've just never, like, you're never like, why? For every year, without fail, I have seen more Mayans panels than I can count. Yeah. I have been in more Mayans panels.
I never watched them.
Probably like, Mayans. I don't know, at least 3 of them. And I have never watched Mayans. Panels you get stuck in for shows. So we
watched it, or we really enjoyed the panel because it had Edward James Olmos in it, and we're big Battlestar Galactica.
But I'm just saying, like, so you try to get in ahead of time on the shows so that you can see them. All right, what about shows that we went to the panel and then, like, we got stuck in the panel because before and after was something. We got stuck in the panel and then started watching it after that.
Grimm.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. So we did get stuck in a Grimm panel, got the Grimm poster, binged watched that whole show. Yeah. Such a good show.
That's what Comic-Con's for. It's supposed to, like, get you in. And these days, what it's supposed to do is get you to subscribe to a streaming platform so that you will start watching.
We're those people. Platform. We're your audience. Yeah. Present us with a streaming channel.
Yeah, because I remember, like, well, we had already subscribed to it, watched Severance, but I remember when Severance came, Severance season 1, they had already finished that whole season, and Severance came, and I was like, everybody's like, why is Severance coming when they've not even started season 2, and they've already given the whole season of Severance? The reason was because Apple TV wanted some new subscribers. They're like, let's go bring Ben Stiller and Adam Scott to Comic-Con, get everybody excited about Severance. I mean, they put Severance up on the Hard Rock, so they went, like, they spent a lot of money to earn subscribers, and I hope it worked because Apple TV's amazing. Is this not the coolest, one of the coolest Comic-Con swags from the Fox booth, hashtag Last Man on Earth? If you've never watched Last Man on Earth, you should find it. Is that streaming anywhere? Oh, I'm sure it's Fox, so it's got to be on Hulu. Like the first, we've never even opened it, but we just love these so much. One of the first episodes of Last Man on Earth is like, he's collecting like every Jenga set he can find, and he's trying to build like the largest Jenga set and like playing by himself. What else is there to do when you're the last man on Earth? But so this was the swag that they gave out. You also met, how cool is that? Did you meet Louise too? Christian? Yes, they were all there. Yep. And then you met the blonde-haired lady. What? Oh, God, I met her at our hotel, right? I don't remember. But yeah, and then all 4 of them were there. That was a great show. And it ended abruptly. I think it got canceled like kind of at the last minute. Yeah. All right, big day. We probably need to stop talking so we can go look at Twitter. X. Well, you're already under your blanket. It's 10:22. It's been a lot of Lego today. Movies. We went to Despicable Me 4. Yeah, meh. You can't say that. It's Steve Carell. You have to say it was the best thing I've ever. No, it was okay. It was okay. But we have definitely. It's a good kids movie. We've definitely found our seats. Yes. This is the 3rd time we sat in those seats.
It's the second time.
Okay, second.
But they're the ones.
They're the ones.
They're the ones. We found our seats.
Like, if there's a showing of a movie, unless it's like, we have to be in that movie, like, because it's the first one, like Endgame, right? You had to be in that first one. Unless it's a situation like that.
We go to those seats.
Or
we send them back.
Or we just don't go to that movie at all.
Okay, it is Comic-Con countdown. The cats are fighting.
Big news today for you, Farrah.
I'm so excited.
Lord of the Rings of Power.
So this is the one back. That every time you've asked, you've said, what are you hoping is there? And I've said every time.
Well, you said that one and Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, I think tomorrow we're going to probably find out for sure. Well, not for sure, but we're going to have a good idea tomorrow because Disney and Hulu typically put their signings in the portal. And if their signings are in the portal, then that's a good sign that there will be a panel for that.
But let's talk about Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power. Amazon's bringing it.
They came before the show started, was the only other panel they did because no one was there last year. So they've done one panel. It was the panel that introduced me. I went to Hall H by myself that day, which is probably the first time I've ever ventured on my own and been like, I went to Hall H. Was it because of Walking Dead?
Yeah, you were there for Walking Dead. And Lord of the Rings just happened to be.
I wanted to go. You guys were doing other things.
We went to the Marvel Studios animation panel.
Okay. And I really just was wanting to do Walking Dead. I was like on row 3 in Hall H.
Yeah, because you fall asleep in cartoons.
So I was there for Rings of Power, which is now in like my top 3 best panels ever. I left that panel ecstatically awaiting the release of Rings of Power. I went home and immediately binge watched all of the movies again.
Yeah, that got you pumped up.
And I'm so excited. I really, really, really hope. Are you going with me to this panel?
I don't know. It just all depends on what the schedule looks like.
I really, really hope that you go with me and that they...
A lot of pressure there.
I know that they were trying to sell...
Like if that day is like Invincible or...
I get it. It's not pressure on you, but my thing is Amazon came out...
But I don't see Amazon. Amazon wouldn't compete against itself.
They came out full force, dude. They were like looking for the attention and they can have it all.
Yeah.
And I just hope they don't come back. I hope they don't come back like, well, we're out now.
Amazon's like Apple.
I need them to come back with the same enthusiasm.
Amazon's like Apple. They got money to burn. I mean, they've got...
Such a good panel.
That's the reason they had the whole orchestra and the composer, and didn't they have the screens on the wall? And
they did the whole Hall H screens. Where I was sitting,
Amazon.
I need you to understand.
They got a gajillion billion dollars.
I need you to understand that where I was sitting.
The base.
I was sitting right in front of a subwoofer.
Yeah. And
I literally felt the sound in my chest. I felt it in my butt. I felt it everywhere. I felt, you know what? Subwoofer.
Yep, we got it. Hattie.
No. I just hope they come back like that. It was so good.
Yeah, so Amazon announced today. We also got news from FX Offsite.
Yeah.
That there's going to be a bear restaurant. At Always Sunny bar.
What We Do in the Shadows, which...
Their house.
I'm in the middle of Always Sunny. We've watched some of What We Do in the Shadows, but our daughter's like full in What We Do in the Shadows. I'm like a few seasons in. It's Always Sunny. It's just kind of like my go-to, like I need something playing, and it's so good. I'm so excited.
Well, that sometimes that's also, it's not always guaranteed, like, oh, they're going to have a panel too, but Ebon's already going to be in town for Fantastic Four, so, I mean, if anything, just let Ebon have a panel for the bear as a, answer some questions and talk about the bear. I would watch that all day long, cousin. So that was a good announcement. There wasn't like as much as I was hoping today, but I feel like tomorrow is going to be, I feel like Lord of the Rings was like what we needed, like what you needed to like get you kind of hyped. So
I'm hype already.
Yeah.
I'm honestly having to like maintain out the hype and the, oh dear God, it's coming.
But I think tomorrow we're probably going to hear from Apple. I think we're going to hear from Netflix. I really feel like this is going to be a big Cobra Kai year.
I did finish ordering all of my Comic-Con clothes today.
Excellent. That's what everyone has been waiting for.
So those will be here next week. We'll do a fashion show at lunch.
No.
And hope they all fit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Listen, you do Comic-Con your way. I will do
Comic-Con
my way.
That's fair. That's fair. So I am excited tomorrow. Like I said, the portal opens. We'll hear more announcements. What if Lego's in the portal? Ooh, that would be a big deal. Signings. Can you imagine an Only Murders in the Building signing? Can you imagine meeting Meryl Streep, Steve Martin?
I can. I can't imagine it.
Martin Short. Selena Gomez. And Paul Rudd's corpse. Not actual Paul. Paul Rudd's character's corpse. Spoilers.
Only Murders is a really good show.
Yeah.
You already said you haven't watched it.
Why are you throwing me under the bus, cartoons? So there you have it. There is our countdown to Comic-Con. We're also going to throw up some shorts too so check those out from our Comic-Cons of past to kind of get us hyped, get us ready. And in the meantime,
go dork yourself.
Go dork yourself. Let's get ready for Comic-Con. Pew, pew.
Countdown to Comic-Con. Jack Bender.
Yeah. Well,